My name is Jennifer Williams. This is Barone and Phillips Street in Central City. I moved to Central City in November of 2008. Moved to New Orleans in November of 2007 as an AmeriCorps Vista, and I decided to stay. And so I needed to find a place to live, and Central City was perfect. What I do like about living in this neighborhood is that there's a YMCA, there's schools, there's youth always walking around, playing. There's a lot of churches and a lot of people that just stop and speak to you, like just wave at you when you walk down the street. So I like that a lot. This particular mural, I just love it. I love the colors. One of my favorite colors is green. And I'm not particularly sure, I think it's someone's home, but what also caught my eye was the fact that it was a large, kind of, not a huge field, but a large field that's gated in. And it just made me think back to all of the parks that I see here in New Orleans that are kind of gated off. And I think of Washington Square Park and just different parks that I go to that as soon as it gets dark, people close it off and nobody can access it. But I come by and I take photos as a hobby. I came by and took photos of it. I had ideas of, possibly seeing who owned it and to see if I could do some kind of program in the back part of it, maybe for like Martin Luther King Day next year, because also a motto that I know that he valued was Gandhi's message. So I feel like to come full circle with it being right by Singleton Charter School and the YMCA, there are tons of kids and adults and everybody who walks past this mural every day, probably countless, and that's going to be something that's in their head, be the change that you want to see in the world. I, at one point in my life, grew up in a neighborhood similar to this, and I see the trash on the ground, my school is not the best, the YMCA, and I know that the teachers are giving what they can give, but I don't know if I can make it. And this message to me, be the change you seek, is you may not see it, but if your vision is to be a certain thing, you have to strive to be it. You may not have an example before you, and we have many examples, but you should strive to be something more than that.